fuck that guy is. Go.
What happened?
He's a fun vampire, man.
Hey, you're cool off him or what? You're cool off him?
Say what?
You're cool off him?
I got your back, Sean. Don't trip. I got your back. Don't worry.
Yeah, and then later I was invited to a power slap, you know. I watched my buddy get beat up by the pink-haired kid, which kind of sucks, but, you know, is what it is. I met a vampire. Yeah, apparently. Guy's dating Megan Fox, yeah, from Transformers, you know, with a broken down car. I don't know what happened to Megan Fox, dude, but I go and I meet the vampire. Dingo introduces me to the vampire, and, you know, I make fun of him. I'm just like, dude, what are you wearing? Like, what the is going on here? Like, how are you doing this? Dude, you wake up every day and you dress like a vampire. I don't know if he does or doesn't. Maybe it's just a wardrobe. But dude, you dress like a vampire, man. You look like the goth kid on South Park, and you go out in the world like this. And he looked at me, and like, he didn't laugh, he didn't giggle, but he looked at me like, why is this? He looked at me like I was less than human. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna humble you right now. And then my girl kind of got in the way, and then I was like, whoa, well, chill the out. And then I was escorted out. But these people, you guys, they're not like me and you. They're not the guys you see at the shopping store. They're not the guy getting gas. Like, they have this weird God complex. And I had no idea who the vampire was. I didn't know until today. Then I found out Megan Fox, and I found out, I researched, I was told about Megan Fox. My world is being shattered, dude. I've watched Transformers just like all you f***ers. I've watched it just like you guys. And then I found out that the girl that I used to do as a child is no longer her. She is with a vampire drinking each other's blood. Can you picture the shock and awe when I find out that he is with Megan Fox of Transformers with a broken down vehicle? I still can't wrap my head around it. You guys can't do it. You know, when you're at these events, they... Oh, no, dude, she was actually cool. So Megan Fox DM'd me. I was like, oh, famous level.
Yeah?
Nah, it wasn't that kind of DM. She was bro, I'm a fan of Megan. How many times
Who's not a fan?
Hey, yo, Megan, how many times have I jerked off to you in Transformers when I was a kid? I was all fucking day long, dude. Everyone watching this has jerked off once to Megan Fox. So she hit me up, and I got a woman, I'd never do anything wrong. So she hit me up, and I was like, fame level reach, and the message was actually really kind of fucked up. It was kind of fucked up. It was more of like, hey, you know what? My kids get bullied, and like, I get bullied online because you said they're tranny, and like, they're not trans. Like, they want to dress like rock stars, and I'm just like, sorry, Megan, I'll shut the fuck up about it, dude. I'm like, but you still drink blood and shit. Like, you still do a lot of weird shit, Megan. Yeah, but you know, I mean, there is a point where like,
you don't want
I shouldn't make fun of your fucking kids, dude. Sure. I get it.
Some things,
but it was more MGK, bro. This motherfucker, dude. Have you ever met MGK? He's wearing like a fucking vampire trench coat, has a fucking purse, painted nails, and I'm just looking at him like my brain is so, like, I'm trying to process. I'm looking into the void, and
giving
like
the computer too much information.
And I'm like, dude, and I just think I just said like, what the fuck, you know? Like, are you a fucking gay vampire? And then the way he looked at me, it wasn't funny. Like, if he would have said something funny, like, oh yeah, and you look like a white trash hillbilly, I'd be like, yeah,
now we're in. Now
I drive a Tesla, that's gay.
Yeah.
So he looked at me with such fucking disgust that I was like, there's a little voice in my head said, we're fighting.
Yeah.
And then my girl got involved and broke us up. Me and Dingo aren't really that tight anymore. But.
I'm in are so wrong. Like, I do nothing but commit myself to art, and there's another funny factor of just like the art of me standing or existing makes people furious. And
I saw one of them. I don't know
which one?
The Strickland one.
I don't know this guy from a crumb of bread. Right, I didn't know who he was when I met him. I got hip afterward that he's like insanely racist and homophobic and just not my type of guy. So I would have never even wanted to shake hands with him in the first place. But he also is just a representative of every person who's too scared to just be themselves, because if you're comfortable as yourself, you don't care who anybody else is and how they are.
Agreed. I'd met him that night too, and I can't say anything bad because my experience was vastly different because I'm not you, and he didn't have a visceral reaction. We shook hands. It was very cordial. We talked for like 5 minutes, and I walked away. But I know of everything that he exists as on Twitter, and he fits very nicely into that community of exactly what you just said, which is kind of intolerance and just desire to spew hatred.
He's so dumb that I'm going to tell him right now, you should not keep saying stuff because it just makes me look better, but you're going to keep saying stuff. So I know that you'll react and say more things, but you just shouldn't as a person who's just giving you big bro advice. Learn this. Shut the fuck up. And don't speak on me anymore and live your life. But you won't, and I'm going to continue laughing at you because you're a fucking idiot.
I just felt bad for Dingo.
Dingo's an idiot.
血を飲んでハンドバッグ持ち歩いてるやつにアドバイスなんかされたくねえよ。お前中年の危機に直面して全身にタトゥー入れまくってんじゃねえか。X に常駐している人には不寛容なやつが多いなと。こんなカス野郎と一緒にいるぐらいならクソリプ飛ばす X 民と過ごした方がマシだぜ。とっとと失せて自称でもしとけこの変人野郎。